Studio Sweat On Demand. We got Bethany behind the camera today.
I trained her well.
Yeah, and Eric in front of it. So do you want to say if it looks good, it's you, if it looks bad, it's Bethany?
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Okay, very good. The question that we're covering today, she just gave us a gesture behind the camera. The question that we're covering today came in from A. Smith.
From Germany.
From Germany. Is
we
it April?
assume.
Alex?
We don't know.
I don't know.
Male or female, we're not.
Whatever. We're going to answer your question for you. So April has, we're going to say April. She has tachycardia, and that means she has a higher than normal heart rate. Okay, and that I'm not going to get into the details because you can Google it, but basically it's caused by electrical signals being mixed up, you know, when it comes to the heart. And then there's also the other extreme called bradycardia, which is where you have a slower than normal heart rate. And what she or he is, you know, what they're asking is how does that affect exercise and using target heart rate zones? If you have any of those conditions, or I'm going to add this as well, or if you're on a beta blocker for blood pressure, you can't really use the general population target heart rate zones like you normally would when you exercise. So you can't just go, okay, normally when I'm at 140, that means I'm at 82% max heart rate, and that's the top of my fat burning zone. I'm doing good, right?
Right, yeah.
So when you're on a beta blocker and it slows down your heart rate, or if you have one of those other conditions that affects your heart rate, you can't use those normal heart rate zones. There's a couple of things that you can do, and that is work with your doctor to figure out new heart rate zones that are appropriate for your condition. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't try to figure it out on your own though.
I remember filming one of the classes that like their heart rate zones weren't, like their rate of perceived exertion wasn't equal to their heart rate.
It wasn't lining up.
Yeah, so you guys kind of like balanced it out based on like what she's been feeling, and it like worked out after that. So
exactly.
Is that another way to?
Exactly. So perceived exertion, that's what you have to do. You have to kind of go, how hard does it feel like I'm working? And that's generally where we're going to use that scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is I could literally do this all day long, and 10 is I'm dying, I can no longer continue. You kind of have to line up your rate of perceived exertion with what the target heart rate zones would be. So for example, if your target is to be in the kind of the middle of your fat burning zone, you're going to be at 75 to 80%. That means on your scale of perceived exertion, you're going to be working at like a 7.5 or 8. So you can literally kind of line it up that way. 7.5 is about equal to 7.5%, or 75%,
yeah. Not
7.5%. So those are the two things that you can do. Or like I said, you can work with your doctor to figure out what your new target heart rate zone should be. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, long story short, guys, that's really what you have to do if you have any of those conditions that affect your heart rate.
Cool.
Okay. Now, another thing that she asked is, well, should I use a heart rate monitor? You know, this strap.
Yeah.
Sure. Again, if you have set up target heart rate zones with your doctor, you can. But you're going to have to modify your maximum heart rate that you enter into whatever the receiver is that you're using, whether it's an iPhone app or you know, something at your gym where it takes in maximum heart rate as a variable. So you're going to kind of have to adjust that. And those are things that you can adjust, though. That's the good news. Okay. Yeah. But what you're looking for in that case also is just trending. Is it changing? You know, do you feel more fit? Stuff like that. Yeah. So, I mean, those are a couple of things that you can do to be able to use target heart rate zones.
Cool.
Okay.
Nice.
I hope that answers your question. Smith from Germany, and we are in our new studio. In case you haven't noticed, we didn't put up we're gonna have a Studio Sweat On Demand sign, but we've got this great couch, and Bethany's gonna give me therapy while I lie on it and stuff like that. So, but anyways, if you guys are looking for the most amazing fat torching body sculpting workouts, make sure you visit Studio Sweat On Demand.